that was in the world, which is what would have been against I. And you just can't look past guys. And you know, Joshua coming over here the first time in America, he's been built up and boosted up in height, so big, you know, and you had to come over here, then fighting a guy you looking past and get knocked out like that, man. That's, you know, to me it was depend, you know, with everything that was built up in there, that was, I would have felt embarrassed. You know, he quit. The guy gave up in the ring. Yeah. He got dropped 4 times and gave up. He's supposed to be this big guy, you know, just, you know, bigger than life. But I blame his promoter for all that. I blame his promoter for bigging him up like that. I always want to be on the videos. I always want to do the interviews. There's one thing about this sport, man. You know, having people on the outside, you cannot talk for people. You know, oh yeah, I talked to Josh yesterday. He said this, or yeah, my man go do. It's okay. You got to be modest and mild with it a little bit, because you can't say so much, because you're not going to be the one in the ring fighting at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm. Okay, listen. Okay, let's do it this way. Wilder Fury 2 is happening. Deontay Wilder has to win against Luis Ortiz in the rematch, which can take place as late as November. So it might not take place in September. It can take place as late as November. Tyson Fury in just a couple of days. Well, actually, right now it is 6:43 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday, June the 13th, 2019. Tyson Fury on the 15th on ESPN Plus at 10 p.m. Eastern is going to be taking on Tom Schwartz. They're trying to sell Tom Schwartz as, you know, he has a chance. He can, you know, I'm not giving him no chance, especially if Tyson Fury decides to dance on him. But at the press conference, BT Sport Boxing, if you don't follow them, if they pick up American fights and broadcast them over there on BT Sport, listen, they give you a lot of coverage. I really like BT Sport Boxing in regards to what they put into their boxing coverage. So here's an interview right here that Frank Warren, Queensberry Promotions, and Bob Arum, Top Rank Boxing, did yesterday, talking about the rematch. So before, I was a little skeptical, because if you, okay, I tell you what, let's do it this way. I'll be right back. Jump cut. So, remember, when he announced this, people were pissed. Like, why would he announce this when he don't know the outcome of the Joshua fight? And, you know, people were pissed. So, then after, he went on to announce that the rematch with Tyson Fury was done. So, I was like, wait a minute. Over on Frank Warren's side and Bob Arum, Top Rank, and Tyson Fury's side, they were saying like they don't know if it's, you know, it's like, where did this come from? They seemed like they were kind of confused. Not that they didn't know what was going on, but that they were like, well, what the fuck? So it looked like Deontay Wilder was announcing the Luis Ortiz rematch and the Tyson Fury rematch to try to take some thunder away from Anthony Joshua versus Andrew Ruiz, which he did for a bit. Because all they were talking about during Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz fight week was Deontay Wilder. But then the tables have turned when Andy Ruiz knocked out Anthony Joshua. So anyway, to get back to what I was saying, listen to this. They said this yesterday at the press conference about the rematch.
Is what I'd like to see happen, not necessarily.
Where are we, even in loose terms, with Wilder Fury 2? You first, right?
Well, at the moment, Tyson's made it very clear he wants to get this fight out of the way. He doesn't want to tempt fate. Anything can happen in boxing. You know, Schwartz is not coming over here to lay down. You know, he's going to make a fight of it, and I know he's going to make a fight of it. So get that out of the way, then obviously then we can focus on what we want to do. You know, Deontay Wilder's made it very clear that he wants the rematch. I know that Tyson wants it, but getting down to the nitty-gritty of it, we're getting to that immediately after this fight.
Well, yeah, I mean, All I can talk about is what I'd like to see happen, not necessarily what's going to happen. But I would like to see Tyson have one more fight here because he's taking the country by storm, and that's important. Because let me tell you, I mean, the British fans per capita are, as far as boxing people, are better than the U.S. fans.
Very true.
There's no question about it. But we have more of them. This is a bigger country. And so if you really want to make a lot of money, you have to do these fights in the United States, particularly a big match like Fury and Wilder. So I'd like Fury to fight one more fight here in the United States and then do the rematch, which will be absolutely huge within the first 3 months of next year.
So what is he about to say before I fast forward to the part to the part is they want to make the rematch after the Super Bowl but before March Madness. Super Bowl is in wait, I'm gonna let you listen to it. Let's see here.
First week in February, and
That's the Super Bowl.
last week in January. So have it sometime maybe in February or the first week in March. So everybody is looking for locations and buildings and clearing it with the pay-per-view people. So that's really the game plan. You can't go in the United States the last 3 weeks in March because we have the March Madness college basketball. And you don't want to go before the Super Bowl because it's so massive here. But there's that period of about 4 weeks between that, which is perfect.
So very good news is that Top Rank and PBC are working together. Also, there's even rumors that they're working together for Crawford versus Spence. You know, this is really good news. To me, it's confirmed. It's happening. So they're working. They're doing something which should be done with, they're working very early to get this rematch done. The only thing is the fighters have to do their part. Especially Deontay Wilder is in a dangerous fight against 47-year-old Luis Ortiz. And Tyson Fury, who is his second fight going to be, because it has to be better than Tom Schwartz. Right? Names that could possibly be. I don't know. I don't think they would do Dylan White. Unless Top Rank gets the, I don't know. I don't think they would do it. I don't think they would fuck up the money. Because I would say if Top Rank gets the option on, if they do Tyson Fury versus Dylan White, if Tyson Fury beats Tom Schwartz, of course, and they get an option on, it's too far down the line. Kubrat Pulev, it seems as though they want to keep him on his own. He's an asset in regards to that IBF mandatory spot. And they're trying to get their hands on that WBO mandatory. But Dylan White is right there. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Let's listen to a little bit more of the Deontay Wilder interview over here on Sports Center.
So not only was Joshua have to back up stuff that he says, but now he had to back up the stuff that the promoters so love to have the attention and get in front of every camera that will get him the attention and talk all this mess. When you get in there with an opponent like Andy, when people at least expect him to see what's going to happen, or they look at him and judge a book by its cover, and you get knocked down 4 times and then you give up, that's humiliation and that's embarrassment.
Well, of course Deontay Wilder's going to say his shit. And yeah, that shit would be embarrassing. He wasn't supposed to lose like that. He didn't just lose. He got demolished. And also in this same interview, Bob Arum was talking about, like they shouldn't go right for the Andy Ruiz rematch. Because if he loses that rematch, he is ruined. But what if he don't go for it? Then he goes all the way to the back of the line in regards to the titles. It's a political move. He got to go for it, and he's got to win. If he don't, those Frank Bruno, man. To me, that Klitschko and Joseph Parker, those are, and Povetkin, those are quality class wins to me. But the heavyweight landscape is on fire. Here, one more jump cut. We'll be right back because he also has some interesting things to say about the rematch, Deontay Wilder, in this interview.
It is.
listen to this realness he's about to speak right here. And of course, you know who he's talking about. I'm not even going to say his name.
No, you had a fighter that come up with the motto, of having a reputation of winning all the time, and he made a lot of money out of it. He executed on winning and keep winning, and now these fighters, they see that and they think that you have to be undefeated to get all the way to the very top to make the most money, but that's not true. Most fighters, you have more fighters in the business that have gotten more opportunities as fighting the title with losing records than you won with winning records. And that's just how it goes. It's all about what you do upon defeat, how you get back up.
But now
brush yourself out.
He'll have to wait, though, right? Because, it looks like, the fight that everybody's interested in besides that one will be you and Fury again. That has to happen at some point, doesn't it?
Oh, most definitely. That definitely will happen. Everything is good with that situation. It's so we're still keeping the light lit up in the heavyweight division. Just because he lost and the mega fight ain't happening right now doesn't mean that it can't happen in the future. It does mess up the money a little bit, but hey, man.
Yeah, Deontay Wilder's on the Forbes list, by the way. One of the top paid athletes. I forgot the number, but about 30 million or so. Now I understand people are listen. There's a lot of money, being made, especially when you factor in, overseas pay-per-view buys, which a lot of people, naysayers don't talk about when it comes to Wilder versus Fury. Yes, he had some major issues with tickets in Brooklyn. I don't know what happened. Like, I thought people should be going now if they see what he's doing for you, even though a lot of people might say, well, what we paying those money for these tickets for? We're going to see him knock the person out. But still, that should be spectacular, man. Deontay Wilder events even if they are filling the seats. Deontay Wilder events be nice, like for real. And I've been to three of his fights. Would have been 4, but I got sick. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy live. Now, we got to see how Tyson Fury does against Tom Schwartz. Please subscribe.